Yo guys, what the frick is up, dude? Sorry, I was starting something different. Hey everybody. In the car with Lauren, we are sitting here at GameStop where she ran into the building. But that's neither here nor there. This is the same GameStop as the other day. It's fine. We got it covered with insurance, hopefully. But I was sitting here thinking we're waiting on our pizza. The same thing that actually we were waiting on when she... Anyways, waiting on pizza. And I had an idea about Magic the Gathering with Spider-Man. And I wanted to share my idea so other people can't take it and so that they can't steal it and copyright it now. That's not how that works. But I wanted to express my ideas. So, Spider-Man is going to be like a standard set. And they specifically said they didn't want to do Commander, right? So they didn't do any Commanders, but I had a great idea of some Commanders for Spider-Man that would work out, and I think it'd be fun. And they could introduce new mechanics that would be specific towards Spider-Man, and I think it'd be an interesting concept. So my idea was for the 4 decks, so we'll start with number 1. You have the Amazing Spider-Man, right? You got Peter Parker, you could have Mary Jane in there, you could have like Eddie Brock in there at the Daily Bugle, you could have JJJ, you could have Flash Thompson, you could have, Aunt May, Uncle Ben even. You could have a lot of new fun reprints or new cards, whatever, and you could all make them really fun, whatever. And that would be one whole deck. It would just be Spider-Man, he would be the Amazing Spider-Man, he would be, main, colors, all that stuff, I don't know, abilities, all that stuff, but whatever. You could just have a main Spider-Man focuses on him and all his main people. Could maybe have like a villain or two in there that relates to him, or like Dr. Connors, you could have the Lizard in it. It would make sense. It'd be fun. I think it'd be a fun time. Second deck, you could have Miles Morales, and you could have a partner system that would be like Multiverse. That would be just the name of the system. Or you could have like Spider-Verse be the name of the ability. And what it could do is it could have kind of the same idea as another deck I've thought, but it could have basically, you could do like Miles, Miguel O'Hara, you could have like a couple different Spider-Man throughout the ages. You could have, Gwen Stacy, you could have like, who's another pertinent one? Spider-Punk. You could have a few Spider-Man Noir. Have them all in the deck, but you could swap 2 out for your commanders at any point that you wanted to throughout the game. So it'd be fun because commander attacks would stay, but because it's the multiversal idea or the Spider-Verse idea, and they kind of come in and come out and go and stuff, it could be really fun because you could have it to where like mid-game you could be like, I'm going to use Spider-Man Noir now. So I'm saying you could have like all 6 of these in your command zone at a time, or whatever the case is. I think it'd be fun. It'd be a neat mechanic. It'd be something new. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. You could obviously throw a 5-color, make it a 5-color deck. That'd be fun. Next, the third one, the second one's a little mid, but the third one I think would be fun, would be your Sinister Six squad. So what you would do is you could have 6 characters in the deck. Now, these are going to be different. You would have to select your commanders kind of like partners, but they would have Sinister. So it could be any of the 6, that specifically those 6, and they can only pair with each other. And I think that'd be a fun mechanic because you Doc Ock, Rhino, I don't know, it depends on what your Sinister Six is, but you could have all 6 of those be like one of your commanders, but you would have to choose it, of course, before the game, like partner. But it's like they don't get the partner ability because that makes it too open to many other things, but they did Sinister, so it could just be those villains, and it could just be his rogues gallery, and I think that would be a ball of a time. And then of course you could build the deck however, but and it could be mostly his rogues gallery. You could have like certain stuff that fights Spider-Man, so like if you had Kraven in it, you could have like Kraven Spear as an attachment. He could be more of like a Voltron-y type style. You could have like Doc Ock in there, and they've made the Doc Ock card, and I like the way they do it, but I think his best way is to like steal people's stuff, because I think that makes sense with Doc Ock, where he steals people's inventions, all that stuff, takes credit, but he's also really good and really annoying. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then for the 4th and final deck, as they always do 4, usually at least, the 4th deck, I think that would be a really good time, a ball of a time, is I think you could do what was the 4th one? Oh, Symbiotes. I think Symbiotes would be the coolest, like, 4th deck. I think they kind of fumbled the ball with the Venom card already. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. And I love Magic. I like how they do all those things. But I think it'd be cool if they did Symbiotes, kind of like Slivers, because they're, like, hive-mindy. But I think it'd be cool if they did, like, just a main Symbiote or, like, a Knoll card. God, that would be sick. You could have a Symbiote focus cards where he makes Symbiotes, or he makes Venom, or he makes Carnage, he makes whatever, but it's a symbiote focused deck. And I think that would be cool. I think it'd be neat to have like a tribal deck in that whole set of stuff, especially with the other ones being kind of outlandish. I think it'd be really fun. That's my idea. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But that's my idea of what I think would be really cool for the Spider-Man decks. I wish they would have done it. I'm still stoked for the set for it to come out because I think it'll be cool. I mean, I'm stoked for Spider-Man in general. I want to get a Spider-Man tattoo actually on my wrist. I want to get a web shooter right there. I could have used my other hand. Anyways, I want to get a web shooter tattoo, and I think it'd be really cool. But that's my idea of Spider-Man. Magic the Gathering, I think that could be cool for Commanders. I'm looking forward to see what they start showing off. And once releases come out, I'm going to be on this one like butter on toast. Yeah. Bye. She wanted to say bye.